Hey, thank you for coming to the YouTube channel and thank you for supporting this channel. I hope that you will visit my two websites, dismantlecapitalismglobally.com and changingali.com. My last name is ALIE. There's an E at the end. I hope that you are keeping safe and, in this heavily capitalistic world, you are finding something to keep you afloat. I mean, it just keeps getting, I feel like it's just more stories of economic decimation is the word, because that's what it is. It's what capitalism is. It's destructive. It deteriorates within its own program. Okay. So if the program is bad, of course, its execution is going to be even worse. And our lives are impacted because we are forced to take on this system. We are forced to accept it, to assimilate into it, even though its structure is wonky. So I hope that you finding something to keep you mentally afloat and psychologically and financially stable. But there's still work to be done. There is work that has to target the system itself. We can't just continue to think that creating a nonprofit is going to be the solution to capitalism. It is not the solution. It is an alternative to capitalism. Nonprofits operate that way. They operate with a socialist mindset. Nonetheless, they are operating side by side with the system of capitalism. They are answering to a call of action because the main system is not doing its job. The main system is, like I said, rocky. And that's why you have these nonprofits, sprawling up all over the place. Nonetheless, I mean, I can't, I'm not against, socialist ideas. I'm not, I'm more of an assessor. I assess things. I don't really like to take a stand on these economic systems because in my mind, they need analysis. Like they don't need support and celebration. They need to be assessed. So that's my mindset all the time. So just want to continue on today with capitalism and gurus, the financial gurus. Oh my God, like they are everywhere. They are on so many social media platforms. They are on our television screens. They are always promising us the falsity of money and whatever else they claim to be marketing, but nonetheless they are marketers. Okay, this is what we call marketing. Somebody who's claiming to be some life coach or some financial coach, and at the so many people have lost their wealth, their their humanity because of those people, because at the end of the day the gurus are just, in my opinion, they are just self-deluded people, self-righteous, and just promising something that requires a lot of risk. So they're no different from an investor, a banker or investor who wants you to invest in something where you may not get the return that is promised. But you have to understand that there's a high risk that you'll not get this return. So the gurus adapt. They pose the same threat, okay, as the banker or the venture capitalist. They are no different. And it just saddens me that people continue to fall for their ideas or their plans for financial improvements. Like these people, they don't have the answers to any of our problems. They are just very good at marketing. Like Joel Osteen, like he's very good at marketing, and he's convinced a lot of people that being positive will solve your problems. Whereas, I mean, I've been positive on some days, and my student loans never went away, or my car payments never went away. So it's more to life than being positive, but definitely work on that though. As much as you can, but you also need to be aware that there are systems running. They are like they are years ahead of you and me. They require practical strategic undertakings. They don't need you to walk around saying, oh, you're not saving enough, or you're buying that coffee every day when you shouldn't. Shouldn't have to buy coffee every day. The reality is, yeah, you need coffee, you need an energy drink. I had one this morning to keep up with a 9 to 5 job, so you don't lose your mind in a cubicle. So you in the guru's pitch, you have to sacrifice a lot, like your entire well-being, according to them, so that you can get to this rich status. Okay, and again, they stop listening to these people. Just stop listening to them. They have no answers for your real problems. Our real problems are capitalistic problems. They are those tax bills, those student loans, those mortgages and car payments, all of which are just continuously rising and rising, and to the point where we cannot keep up. Okay, so any guru that's trying to tell you to focus on positivity, or focus on some spiritual definition, and all of that somewhat disappears, is lying to you. They are not giving you the realism that you need, so that you can really face what's in your environment. They are just trying to embellish things. And, a lot of these gurus, for the most part, they are people who have gained advantages, like they are, in the upper echelon of things. And now all of a sudden, either they want to increase their own wealth, or that they don't have any, and they're trying to get rich from your from your accounts, of course. But yeah, those gurus, you should not spend your entire day and time listening to their promises of riches, and everything that they, of course, preach and claim to have the answers to. We just have to get real with stuff. Like, we're spending too much time trying to escape reality. There's like too much of an emphasis on escapism, okay, when we really just need to face these problems head on, so that we can help not just ourselves but future generations, and the generations which are still stuck in poverty, and they have not exited poverty. We really need to face these structures, these geopolitical structures, these economic structures. We have to face them with practicality, and not with proverbials and gurus who, self-righteousness and ego are much bigger than their marketing pitch. So, it's about, the only way change is going to happen is if we approach the issues with realness. These problems that we have, which we have inherited, will not dissipate if we don't solve them. The reason why we have those issues today in our world is because they were not solved in the past. They just kept, the different generations prior to us just kept on bypassing the problems on the table, and they focused on something else. They didn't pay attention to certain issues, and now we are facing crisis points we are stuck. We're in a 21st century world, and we still have all these socioeconomic problems, and there seems to be no end to it. So what is our role? What is our social responsibility to our families, our neighbors, our friends, our coworkers? Well, it's to tackle these these problems, tackle them with actual strategic planning, identifying that the problem exists and taking the steps to solve them, I should say. Okay, my point is that nothing's going to go away. Racism is not going to go away without you facing up to it. Capitalism is not going to go away without you assessing its history. These problems are just so deep. They're deeply layered, they're historical, they come from many generations before us, and they cannot disappear with just a guru telling you to, stop thinking about that problem, stop thinking about racism, and it will go away. Stop thinking about your bills, and it will somehow disappear. That's not how it works. We live in a real tangible world with real problems, and we have to look at those problems with keen eyes, with a strategic plan, because this will help us to this will be the ultimate movement to cure this, or to remedy, I should say, to remedy these historical issues, and to save ourselves, to save those ahead of us, the generations ahead of us. We have a social responsibility to them also. This is not just about us, those of us who are alive and kicking. We've got future generations to think about. We have to think of their environments. We have to think of their livelihoods, and we have to do this in the most practical way. So the message of today is stand clear of these gurus. They are just, I don't want to say it on here, but you should not dedicate your time to listening to them and their superficial conclusions about how to get rich and how to live life. You have your own mind, you have your own intellect. You can put things together on your own. You don't need another person in your face all the time telling you how to eat, what to eat, how to invest, what to invest. Like, you can put all of this together. In Western civilization, there's always somebody in our face telling us that we're living life wrong, or we're not doing this right, or we're doing this wrong. There's that constant infringement, right, of another person in your environment telling you how to live, when all you're trying to do is to live. All of us are just doing our best to survive in this world. We don't need another person or other persons telling us that we're doing this the wrong way. I mean, really, what is the right way? All of us are just byproducts of different cultures and different definitions. So, rely on your own intelligence. Do your own research. Figure out what's going to work for you, instead of just having to always rely on someone to tell you how you should live your life. Thank you for coming to the YouTube channel, and I hope you'll continue to follow the videos.